I think everyone is here, right? Or are we waiting for anyone to
No, no,
join?
no. We are here. There's already 24 people, so we can start.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I'm just uploading the presentation here. All right. Download. So I can download it as PDF and put it up, right? Or
Yeah,
should I?
yeah.
Okay. Okay. You guys are done with the exams and all? Or are they remaining?
Yes,
How was it?
yes.
How was your exams? Upload presentation. Okay. It was just revision exam. Okay, good. Yeah, Nikhil, I have uploaded the presentation. So what should I do next?
Yeah, you can start doing. You have the control, right? You can start with it.
Yeah, got it, got it. Can everybody see this presentation here?
Yeah, I can see it.
Awesome, awesome. So there might be few network hiccups here and there. So just let me know beforehand if there's anything that's going wrong. Yep. So welcome to the online privacy session, where we'll be mostly talking about dark web, because that's the only true source where you can be anonymous completely.
Actually, if
And
your voice feels too distant,
oh, is it?
yeah,
Is it better now?
yeah, it's better now.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah. So welcome to the online privacy session, and which will be mostly on dark web, because that's the only source where you can be truly anonymous. And just a quick heads up: does anyone have Tor installed in their systems? No worries, we'll be going through the installation process now. Um, Yes, I've installed. Okay, a couple of them have. Nice. Yeah. First, we'll cover what privacy is and what is online privacy, and then go into the other things we have, the languages, deep web and dark web. Um, why do you think privacy is important? So there are several points. So just think of it as you have two identities. Anyone who has ever accessed the internet has two identities. So one is your physical identity, and the other is your digital identity. And it is no, like, anyone's guess that your digital identity is much more deeper and much more complex than your physical identity. And while you're preserving your physical identity, right? So you have all sorts of privacy at your place. So you have a door for your home, you have all sorts of security measures that the society ensures. So the same way should happen for digital identity, right? Which is much more, which has much more of your information than your actual physical presence. But unfortunately, we have drawn into this capitalism where we have become, the the consumers that we don't want to become, and falling for discounts, falling for freebies and some goodies and uh, I'm sure everyone would have come across this quote, like if someone is giving it free for you, if some product is free for you, then you are the product. So that actually means that nobody here is there to give something, some offering for free without expecting anything. And especially when they're giving it for free, let's say, for example, when let's say this, I don't want to name companies or anything, but you would have used digital payment gateways, right? Many companies have it: Google, Paytm, phone pay, and stuff like that. So they sort of hook you in a way that you get few cashbacks, and you would never leave that application and move on. And if you actually see deeply, they exactly know how you transact, and where you transact, uh, and your even your future can be predicted with it, because of your spending pattern uh, and everything. So here's the point: when we are so secure of our physical identity and our physical privacy, why are we not considering the digital privacy to be important? And the worst of it being the social media, which is um, which is sort of a disgrace, given that the kind of platform it could have been, but what it is now is quite different, and what to keep it.
Hello, Akhilesh. Is it only me, or are you guys also not able to?
Sorry. Am I audible now?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just got a call. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, about the digital privacy, where we got to be much more cognizant of the fact that we are being under the surveillance, and surveillance um, to the core, that everyone is monitored, okay, like it or not. And every other e-commerce website you use, every other services you use, um, and worst being if you are using the same account. So that's the worst that could happen. And how do we come out of these this treachery? There are many ways. Of course, living in this kind of a society, it is quite difficult to actually detach from these services, given that we rely upon these on a daily basis. But we could definitely minimize it, and that's the whole point of the online privacy talk for the day. And and privacy is also something which is more like a freedom, right? So the whole point of pursuit is to become more independent in your lifestyle. And if you're dependent on these third party services, and someone who you don't even know how your data would be used. And given that kind of a scary situation, it is there is no emphasis needed to say that you got to minimize these usages of third-party applications. And if you see, laptops have gone through laptops or the desktops have gone through that era where, thanks to the Free Software Foundation and you know the Linux Foundation and these, where they have preserved that freedom you got to deserve, and given out free operating systems, and where you have um, the entire code is, what is running in your computer, mm, and it's just freedom respecting softwares. But if you see the mobile industry, mm, it's sort of worse, because your phone comes with an inbuilt OS, and it's quite a pain to actually change it to any open source operating system, um, and then use it. So there are like alternatives to it, but the hardware doesn't is not that reliable when compared to the native stock you get. Yeah, coming to the point of online privacy, I let's if you don't have anything, or if you have few questions on it, we can take it now before we dive into uh, uh, the dark web. Cool. Um, I'm assuming there are no questions. Okay. Right. Yeah. Are you ready for the ride? So broadly, the internet is categorized in three ways: the surface, deep, and dark. Surface webs are something like the google.com, or all those services you use for free, like Wikipedia, and these news websites, and so on. Deep web is something where the information is out on the internet, but it is under some password protected, or something that cannot be accessed freely. So, for example, if you let's say Flipkart or an Amazon, right? I cannot really access your account because the security is sort of uh, kept in place, so that I cannot or any intruder can't just come in and do your account or do some malicious activities. So most of what you see on the internet is the deep web, and dark web is a small portion of the deep web, and as you see, this constitutes around 96% of what you see on the internet. The surface is just the free available informations that's out there, where it's using very basic kind of protocols like HTTP and HTTPS, where you can just directly go and access these websites. Yeah, there are a few common myths about deep web. So I will just start with, instead of defining what a deep web is, I'll just start with what it is not. So first, there's a notion that it's illegal to access, which is completely wrong. It is absolutely fine to access. But there are a few caveats which we'll be covering in the next slides. And there are others, such as used only by criminals, because you sort of the media blames it that way, right? That whatever you like is sort of illegal, and those kinds, and used only for illegal things and dangerous access. But these are completely or partially wrong, and you cannot find, there are these misconceptions, right? You can see some live murders, humans for sale, hitman for hire. You would have seen these in movies, or um, uh, you know or read few articles on top on it, but it's not the case. You cannot find it, and unless you are um, unless you are really proficient, I wouldn't claim that it's not possible, but unless you are really, really, expert in using it, or you really know what you're doing, it's very hard to find. Yeah. What does it have? The best part about it is the hacktivist sites. So you can find a lot of activists such as WikiLeaks, and many other independent activist groups, and um, the part here is, the free speech is something we have to definitely consider when we are on the or in our digital identities, right? Because if you see, when you post something on Facebook or Twitter, let's say, Facebook has every right to take down your post, or uh, Twitter has all the rights to take down your post. But if you actually think about it, it is against our free speech. I might be talking about something, or it might be nonsensical, it might be completely sense-making statements, but when you are judging those posts or judging those statements, they have to be in certain frameworks. And if you actually see, the websites that take down the posts are mostly politically motivated, and it's sort of very difficult to actually judge whether something is right or wrong, right? It's always gray, and you got to respect each other's free speech, and that's one of the main reasons one has to use deep web. And forums, chat rooms, you have blogs, and these kind of things where you can, just like the ones you find on the surface web, and everything else. So everything else is something I would leave it to you to explore as we go on. Cool. Here's a bit of history on the timeline of the deep web. So it all started in a US research laboratory. It was a Navy sort of a research laboratory. And there was this freenet which was already available. So they took this and created a P2P network. And Tor started around 2006, and and as most of you know, or at least heard of, Bitcoin started in 2009. So that was sort of a uh, a blessing in disguise, because people were not these yeah, hello.
Akhilesh, you are breaking up. Just a minute, Akhilesh, I guess lost the connection.
Hello.
Yeah, you are just breaking up, Akhilesh.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's proper for me. Let me do it.
Yeah, we didn't hear the last.
Is it better now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in 2009, Bitcoin started. So the first white paper by this anonymous person started, and it was a blessing in disguise. because nobody actually knew how to transact or make the same kind of transactions you do on a surface web, to make the same thing as that in the dark web. And this blessing actually helped Tor, and there came a huge platform called as Silk Road. So Silk Road was a marketplace for all sorts of illegal things, such as the drug marketplace, and um, few explicit videos and stuff like that. Where people could transact in a way that they use this Bitcoin, which is completely privacy preserving way of transacting money, and they they preserve their identity through these, and bought commodities just as how you would on a Amazon or a Flipkart. So there are like numerous documentaries on Silk Road, and you can just look through it. And so the obviously the founder, or the guy who started this, Ulbricht or Ulbricht, whatever. So he was arrested, and he was given the life sentence. And don't worry, so this is the guy who did all sorts of illegal things on dark web, and he was eventually caught. And that has nothing to do with the accessibility of it. So it's just one part of it, and nowadays you don't really find those kind of websites. It's quite hard unless you're really an expert. Yeah, how to stay safe? Obviously, when you plan to become anonymous, you got to take few safety precautions, and here are few. Use Tor. Tor is the most used browser for dark web. Don't buy any illegal things. I don't think you would do that. These are just like the general guidelines. Don't give any personal information. So this is really important, because the whole point of using dark web is to remain anonymous. Don't click on links randomly like you would do on the surface web. Like something pops up and you just click on it. Or I think Windows users are much more prone to this, clicking on links randomly. So don't do that. Don't ever do that, and don't be rude in forums, and you have these IRC sort of channels. Don't be rude. This is like an in general statement. Don't be rude in your physical identity as well. Yeah. Before we go on, there's a question: buying illegal online. Sorry, what? I couldn't get this question. Oh, you're asking like. See, this is very difficult. Okay, in your it kind of happens in your Western countries, but it's quite difficult to happen in India. And if you want to try it, but I don't think you would be successful in it. So, and of course, by the law, you are punishable. So even if you buy it, you got to. Yeah. So the slide here was how to stay safe. So here's the don't buy illegal things. So there's this don't here. Here. Yeah, cool. Now let's see some differences between deep web, surface web, and dark web. as we saw, deep web is something which is not publicly accessible, like your bank accounts, Dropbox storage, private databases, and stuff like that. Um, and dark web is a very small part of deep web. So I hope the terminologies are not confusing. Um, dark web is a small part of deep web. So you have deep web, which constitutes around 96% of the internet, and dark web is a very small percentage. So it's probably around 0.03%. It's very hard to tell the actual numbers given how Tor network works, but you can definitely estimate using statistics. Yeah, so here's the difference. Dark web consists of purposefully hidden sites, so you can find whistleblower sites, hacktivists. So if you see WikiLeaks or even documents uh, which were put out in the public by Edward Snowden and these kinds, you find it here. And it's a very small portion of the internet. So there is a lot of hype around dark web, that it's huge, and you have a lot of illegal things and stuff like that. But it's completely wrong. It just constitutes around 0.03%. And as we said, this Silk Road was probably the most prominent website. So it made around 1.2 billion in sales. No company you can imagine can make sales of 1.2 billion in just a span of 2 years. So you can imagine, though it constitutes only 0.03%. So I hope you could imagine the scale of it. Yeah. Whistleblower. Yeah, whistleblower is someone who exposes the wrongdoings of any organization. Yeah. So, for example, Edward Snowden, who worked in NSA, so he sort of exposed those documents and made it public. So it had all sorts of surveillance-related documents, and not to say for the fact that other governments don't have it, but he was much more popular because of the media. So yeah, let's go to a few myths about the dark web before we actually dive into the actual working of it. It's too scary or dangerous. So it's not scary or dangerous. You can use it on a day-to-day basis, and um, just like you use Surface Web, you can use this, and you can access all sorts of websites using Tor. And as I mentioned, it is, a lot of people have this misconception that it is immense, but it is not. It is just a tiny fraction of the internet, and criminals might use it, but it's not only the criminals. And you might have heard of words like red rooms. So there's a myth saying there are red rooms everywhere. It's sort of not true, because what is a red room? Red room, there was this there are a few articles, if you look up online, where they sort of say that red rooms are places where they used to live stream the murders. So they would murder someone and they would live stream it. But that's sort of not true, because live streaming in Tor network is really difficult, almost next to impossible, and you have to be really an expert, or more than an expert, to actually make that connections happen. So you cannot do live video streams on Tor. So this is mostly a myth, and you can stumble on scary sites. No, it is not. So that's completely untrue. And yeah, a lot of them refer deep web and dark web as are the same things. That's completely wrong. Deep web consists of dark web, and it's a very tiny portion of the deep web. And you'll get arrested for accessing it, which is completely wrong. You won't. Uh, it's completely Yeah. Now let's get hands-on as to how to use it. So first we'll be talking some bit about Tor browser. So Tor is both proxy and a browser. It's more like your Chrome or Firefox or Brave, um, and it also has proxy in it. So if you actually remember the last session about VPNs and Tor relays, so I think most of it was covered there, but I'll just give a overview of it where. So everybody knows how a VPN works, right? Yeah, let's do it when we get hands-on because that'll be much more useful. And it is free to use. You can use it. So now, yeah, before we get hands-on, there is another part we have to look into. Okay, so you would have seen few documentaries where this Edward Snowden has a pen drive and he just plugs into random laptops and all. And most probably he's doing this. This is just but on a serious note, there is an operating system called as Tails, which is built on Debian. Even your Ubuntu is built on Debian, Linux Debian, and it uses Tor to send traffic. So just like how you use your IP and the HTTP, HTTPS kinds of protocols, it uses Tor to send traffic, and it comes with the tools which are needed for dark web pre-installed and ready. So it's mostly like your pre-built. So few of your like for example, if you install Ubuntu, you get pre-installed Firefox and stuff like that, right? So it comes with pre-built tools, and you can run it from a USB or DVD, and it can be used on any computer, which is the best part, and leaves no trace that you ever used that computer. So nobody can trace that you have used that computer. So Tails is something you got to look for if you're serious about the using that web. Yeah. Now let's get hands-on. So people on laptops go to this website, torproject.org, and same with people on mobiles. So how many of them are on mobile? Can you just comment me or yes or?
Akhilesh, take a quick poll.
I think it's only a few. I'm using phone. And anyone else? Oh, okay. There are few, quite a few. Okay, all right. So go to torproject.org. And so people on laptops, it's quite easy. No, that is actually wrong. Don't install the Tor browser using Play Store, because that's actually not the actual one. It's just like a VPN. Don't use that. Uh, I'll come to that. Before that, people on laptops, go to this torproject.org and download Tor browser. So you would get so you can install different packages based on your OS. And if you sort of go there, you have an APK. Um,
Akhilesh, do a screen share and show them where those things.
oh, okay. I'll do that. Can you see this? Yeah, so if you go to torproject.org, this is the website you should see, and click on download Tor browser. And if you're using Android, I'm not sure on iOS. I really don't know and don't care. So download for Android.
Akhilesh, we're not able to hear you. Just a minute, people. Akhilesh, we are not able to hear you. I think there's something wrong with Akhilesh's audio. Akhilesh, are you there? Just a minute, people. I think.
Is it better now?
Yes, Akhilesh. We are not able to hear you for past 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay. I was just saying, you can sort of install a Tor browser as someone mentioned here. Yeah, Harivatsa mentioned, but it doesn't have all of the functionality that you get on a Tor browser in desktop. But you can definitely give it a try. And there is another browser called Orbit. So you can install Orbit, which comes with Tor.
That's another.
It's Orbot, right, Akhilesh? Orbot.
Yeah.
Not Orbot, Orbot.
So you can download the APK or so if you are finding difficulty in figuring out what kind of architecture your phone is, just go to the Google Play Store and download it. Okay, I'm just taking a poll as to can someone give me the access of the presenter?
Just a minute, Akhilesh.
No, don't give these links, Uday, because download it from these only, like the actual stuff. So you would have got some .exe, like a tarball file. So just, yeah, cool. I am just taking a poll. Let me know when you finish it. Just press S. Don't press no, because we got to like sort of install it before we continue. Okay, 10 people have installed it. That's nice. People who have installed um, just extract it. People who have downloaded. I'm sure you would find. So people on Linux, you can do this thing. I think it's XF, and here's the name. You can do these things. And people on Windows, you can extract it directly, I believe. Yeah, sorry, it's actually our board. I misspelled it. Done. Okay, 16 people have installed. That's cool. Spurti is Swati Shetty. Jashwant. Are you finding any problem with installing? Okay. Swati Shetty, are you finding any difficulty with installing? Yeah, I guess most of them have. Uday, are you finding any difficulty because you have said no? What is the next step after extraction? Yeah. Let's finish off this first. Okay. Now I'll put up another poll where you have extracted the tarball file. So tarball file is nothing but it might say in Linux that you have tar.xz or something like that. So just press yes if you have extracted it. So it should look something like this. I would just share my screen. Um, so it should look something like this. Here I have in my downloads, and I have this file. So yeah, this is the file. It's Tor browser Linux before this one here. So I do a tar xf and tor browser Linux. So this is how you extract it, and press enter. And once you do that, you should have this. Yeah, you should have something like this. You should get a folder named Tor browser underscore en underscore dash us. Okay, I'll just see how the polls are. Okay, one no. Amlio, are you finding difficulty with this? This is for people on laptops. I think on mobile you just sort of install and get started. Shashankar, Swati C, are you finding any difficulty with the extraction part? Or is this extracted already? Okay, I'm just asking again, Apurva, Harshita, Jaitirtha, Shashank, are you finding any difficulty with the extraction, or you have it already? Yeah, so this is how you do it. Once you download the tarball file, you type in tar xf and the name of it and the name of the tarball file. This is for Linux people, and for Windows, I think you have to double click it and it just gets extracted or something like that. Or you can use Linux submodule or something to and type this command, like you used bash terminal and stuff like that. So the file name would be something like this. It is called Tor browser dash Linux. It would be something like that. So this is what I have got for Linux. Okay. Um, okay. Most of them have gotten. So if you are facing any difficulties, Apurva, Harshita, Jayatirtha, and Shashank, you can put it up on the chat. Yeah, you have got this folder, right? Yeah, that's what you got to do. Now go inside the folder. So for people in on Linux, you do cd tor browser and en and us. This is the name of the folder. Sort of go there, and you'll find a file called tor start tor browser desktop. Can everybody see this? Do cd and did everybody can you see this thing? Yeah, so people on phones, just go to the browser and you would directly be redirected to the tor. So no, so here, Shashank, it's actually a tarball file, right? You are extracting it, so there should be this tar en dash us dot tar dot xz or something. So it's something like this. I'll share my screen again. Um, uh, is everybody able to see the screen? Cool. So here's my downloaded file. Okay, this is the downloaded file. It's called Tor browser Linux US this thing. Okay, and to extract this file, just like how you unzip, tarball is a compressed format where you do tar xf. Um,
Akhilesh, we can't hear you. Okay, I think there's some problem with his audio. Just a minute, people. I think Akhilesh is rejoining. He has some internet issues, I guess. A minute.
Hey, so sorry for this. Um, I have no idea why my band is not working. Am I audible now?
Yes, Akhilesh.
Awesome. Is everybody on the same page? People on laptops, on phones, done? I'll just take a quick poll, and after this, we just dive into how to use it. Can you give me the access?
Yeah, in a minute, Akhilesh. Done.
Okay. Just a quick poll. Everybody on the same page? Just press S. Um, just press S. Done. Okay, few of them they have few problems. I think we can address that on chat. Awesome. Now, people on Linux, the way you start Tor is once you cd into this repository of Tor browser enus, you see this particular executable, um, which is start Tor browser.desktop. So just type in this where you are running the executable. Do this. And you should see Tor getting started. Done? Everybody got it? Just it should say that you are opening a secure connection and stuff like that, and you should get it. I'll just put up a quick poll. Just press yes if you've got it. So you should see a DuckDuckGo search engine with all blue and things. There's a pop-up which says the Tor browser bundle should not be used as root. Did you do sudo or something like that? Can you check the permissions of it? Just um, just see the permissions of it. Do ls space el. Do ls el and just copy. Just copy. Okay, then it's correct. What is this command not found? What do you mean by that? Just see whether you have typed in the same exact thing here. It should be dot / and Tor. This start Tor thing. just press yes on the poll once you're done. Once you have started your Tor browser. Yeah, Pramod, Nandini, Harshita, Apurva, are you finding some difficulty? Okay, amazing. Yeah, phone though you just click on the Tor browser, it should open up. Awesome. Apurva and Harshita. Okay. All right. Now, amazing. Congratulations. So you have just installed Tor and you can access dark web using this browser. And just a bit on how you access websites. So each website, just like how you have HTML and as you might have attended the last class, you have these domain names and the domain names are custom and you have IP addresses which connect to the domain names using the DNS server. Similarly, how Tor does it is using something called as Tor delays. Okay, just like how you have VPN, where you have a proxy node through which the traffic is flown. Tor makes it much more robust using Tor delays, um, where you have an entry node, you have the middle node, and the rest of it is the exit node. So, how do you see it in practice? So, if you actually go to the website, the browser, on the left-hand side, you must see this Tor browser and a place for keying in the URL. Just give URL like you, since you can access the surface web using Tor browser, you can go to any surface web websites. So if you are interested, you can go to this something called as hidden wiki. Just type in the hiddenwiki.org. It should be https://thehiddenwiki.org. Yeah, once you go to it, on the left hand side, you can actually find the information as to how your network traffic has flown. So next to the URL on the left hand side, you must find that info kind of an icon. Just click on it. You would see something called as Tor circuit. Is everybody able to see that Tor circuit? No. Okay. Oh, this is on phones. I'm not sure how it works on phones because it kind of depends. People on laptop, are you able to see it on your laptops? Screen share is sort of difficult because my internet is very slow and it just hangs up. So sorry. Okay, were people able to access this website at least? Okay, awesome. Okay, most of them are SS. YD Kulkarni says no. Okay. I think Harivatsa, you're on mobile, right? Maybe if you could tell how you're able to access, and people on mobiles, they were not, few of them. Yeah. So once you go to that website, on the you have the URL bar, right? On the URL bar, on the left side of HTTPS, you'll find a information button, like an eye with a circle, just like how you would find in any of the um uh, the things here, any of the web normal browsers. So once you go there, you get site information for the hiddenwiki.org, and you could see the Tor circuits. Can you see that? Okay, so people who are able to see the Tor circuit, just press yes. Awesome. People who can see the Tor circuit, when they press on the eye icon, which is next to the left side of HTTPS, just press yes. So you're able to see the website, right? Hidden Wiki, Tor, Onion, URLs, directories. Can you see that? Can you see the website? It's a black website which comes with the Tor, Onion URL.
basic system configuration, like your color theme and your user data, and then all of your actual data, all of your stuff is online. Theoretically, sometimes it's